Yes, good morning, class. How are you all? Can can you hear my voice and can see my screen properly? Yes, yes, Iman. So Hema, Umema, how are you all, beta? Good morning, everyone. Let's start our class today. We are going through pages number 249 and 250. Okay, please open your books at page number 249 and 250. Today we are going to complete this chapter or conclude this chapter, force and pressure. Okay, now pay attention on the lesson. Okay, as you know, the chapter name is force and pressure, and we have learned up till now, we have learned about a force, that is a push or pull, different types of forces such as lifting, stretching, twisting, pressing, frictional forces, gravitational and magnetic force. We also infer the effects of forces such as the change in shape and size of an object and the change in the state of rest or motion of an object. We have also learned about the frictional force and its positive and negative effects. We have learned about the magnetic force and its daily application in our life. We have learned about gravity, gravitational force, and SI unit of force. Can anybody write down the SI unit of force in the chat box? Or leave? Everyone should write. Everyone should write the SI unit of force in the chat box. Yes, Saad. Good. Good, Iman. It should be capital N. The symbol for Newton is capital N. It should be capital N. Yes, Newton. This is right. The unit of force is capital N. Sorry, Newton, and it would be denoted with capital N. Okay, Newton, capital N. Good, good, everyone. And can anybody define gravitational force? Gravitational force. What is a gravitational force? What is it? Start writing the definition of gravitational force. Yes. Yes, Varda. Please write down the definition of gravitational force. Is the force of attraction. Yes, you said a good, excellent beta. The force of attraction between masses is called gravitational force. And same is the definition for gravity as well. Means gravitational force and the gravity both are same. The force of attraction between masses is called gravitational force. And what is the weight? It is the gravitational force that is acting on an object. A gravitational force that is acting on an object is called the weight of that object. Means the earth's gravity pulls the object towards itself, and the gravitational force that is acting on the body of the object is called its weight. Now this is our learning objective for today. We are going to learn about how to measure force, to relate pressure to force and area using appropriate examples, the usefulness of high and low pressure. This is our learning objective for today's lesson. Now, first is the measuring apparatus or instrument by which we measure the forces is called spring. Me- Spring balance. This is called spring balance. It is used for measuring the force, and the particular name for spring balance for measuring force is called force meter. Please remember force meter. On page number 246, please underline, all of you please underline under the heading measuring forces, underline the first line, forces can be measured using a force meter. A spring balance is a force meter which has a spring inside. All of you must have seen this type of spring balance, which is used for measuring the weight, and this is called the spring balance. Okay, it has a spring inside it, and when we hang the weight on this hook, it gives us the, it tells us the weight of that particular object or the force it measures. Okay, so have you all underlined the force, this line, first two lines of the last paragraph? Forces can be measured using a force meter. Okay, next is the, these are two different types of spring balances we use in our daily life, and these are used for measuring forces which are being applied by an object on the spring. Okay, this is the, this is the spring balance which is used here. They have shown that weight is being, first they have put one weight, then two weights, and it is showing that due to the increasing weight, the original length, the length of the spring is extended. Okay, in this way the spring measures the force of the weight. Here this is this this diagram is showing the force being applied and the extension in the spring. Okay, this is called the spring balance. So commonly spring balance, but in particular we call them force meter. All those apparatus which are used for measuring forces are called force meter. Right now, today our specific topic is pressure. Now, what is pressure? Pressure is the yes, force meter. Yes, Sad. So, what is pressure? Pressure is the force per unit area that acts on an object. Here in this diagram, you can see that the force is applied on a particular area, that is called pressure. Means if we divide the force of an a force that is being acted on a particular area, is called the pressure. It can be simply expressed as P. Capital P is equals to, formula is capital P is equals to F upon A. Here you can see in this diagram, in this picture, that force is equals to, force is denoted by small p or capital P. It's according to the need, and then force, that is in the Newton, that is Newton, force in the form of Newton, and area. So force which is being applied on a particular area or on unit area by an object, this is called pressure. And SI unit for pressure is Pascal. What do we call it? Pascal. Pascal in bracket, it is written in short form capital P small a. If it is being asked, if I give you capital P and small a written in the test in bracket, and I ask you to write down the complete form of this abbreviation, you will write down Pascal, Pascal, Pascal. This is the SI unit for pressure, or Newton meter. Newton is for force and meter is for that particular area. Newton meter square. Okay, this is called Newton meter square. So 1 Pascal, 1 PA is equals to 1 Newton meter square. Okay, understood? How do we define pressure? Pressure is the force acting on per unit area by an object. Pressure is a force per unit area that acts on an object. Okay, P is equals to, its formula is P is equals to force upon area. Force should be measured in Newton and area in meters. So Newton for force and meter for area. So this is Newton meter square. Newton meter square. And SI unit for pressure, there are two SI units, Pascal, PA, or Newton meter square. 1 PA is equals to 1 Newton meter square. Clear? Clear, everyone? Please let me know through chat box if it is clear, so that we'll move forward. Yes, okay, Iman. Okay, now here are some examples of high and low pressure. First three pictures, that is the picture of cutting, picture of sewing, and hammering nails. These three pictures, they are showing the example. These are the examples of high pressure, putting high pressure on area. High pressure when we cut anything through a sharp knife, though the area is the knife is covering a very small area, but it puts high pressure. Same is the case with the needle. It covers this needle of the sewing machine, it covers very small, very tiny area, but it puts high pressure. Same is the case with hammering nail. When we hammer the nail into any object or into wood, it covers a very, you hardly can see a point over which the nail is being hammered. So it covers a very small area, but it puts a high pressure. So the, these pictures, they are showing that when the pressure is high, area would be smaller, or a smaller area, it receives high pressure. Got it? Next, last three pictures, these three pictures, they are showing the is increasing area and low pressure, like the spikes in the shoes. Spikes on the shoe soles, they have very, they cover the large area but put low pressure. First three pictures are of high pressure. Last three pictures, these three pictures are, these are the examples of low pressure. The spikes in our shoes, in the sole, on the sole of the shoes, they put low pressure but they cover more area. Likewise, the wheels of this tractor, it covers the large surface area but it puts low pressure. That's why it moves easily on the ground. Likewise, the skiers. The skiers are the specific shoes which the skies use for moving on the soft snow. It covers the large area because it puts low pressure. Low shoes, this tractor, the wheel, the tires of the or the wheels of the tractor or the skiers, they all covers the large area but put low pressure. Sharp knife, needle, nail, they all covers the smaller, they cover the smaller area, they take smaller area but put high pressure. Okay, understood? Now please write down in your book on page number 249. Everyone please open the book on page number 249. These two are the examples of smaller area and increased pressure, and these are very important with respect to reasons, scientific reasons that will be coming in the exams in final term. Okay, please write down in the picture where it is written a sharp knife cuts better. What happens? Why a sharp knife cuts better? Because it has a smaller area. Write down, because it has a smaller area and put increased pressure, and put increased pressure. It covers a smaller area and put, I'm writing in the chat box, it puts, yes. Why a sharp knife cuts better? Why, question should be why a sharp knife I want everyone to write down why a sharp knife cuts better. Because it covers a smaller area and put high pressure. Okay, in the next picture you can see studs on the sole of boots give better grip. in our shoes, in our sandals, everywhere we have spikes or studs. You can, this is shown, these are shown very clearly. Why these are present in the sole of the boots or shoes, especially in the boots or shoes of the players, because to hold the better grip on the ground. And also they, because of the pointed studs, they cover the smaller area and put high pressure. Now next question, why the studs on the soles of shoes, why the studs on the soles of shoes are present? The reason would be, I believe that everyone is writing. Are you writing, guys? Class? Just tell me if you all are writing the answers. Yes. Okay. So for this, because because these studs covers these studs cover a smaller area and put high pressure on the ground to give better grip. Okay, clear? Has everyone understood it? Okay, now let's move to next slide. Done. Okay, you Sarah, good beta. Now next is, these two pictures are also present in your book. In the first one, they are showing the skiers. Skier is moving on the soft snow with the help of skies. These are called skies, as you can see in the picture very clearly. Yes, Ajwa. Okay, beta, good. Now look at the screen. As these skies, this is called skies. This helps the people to move on the soft snow easily. These skies, they help them to walk on the snow by covering the large area. It helps. Look, this picture. This shows that these skies, they cover the large area of the snow. So why they use it? To cover the large area and put low pressure. Covers the skies, covers the large area. You can see, as compared to the shoes, this skies, it covers the large area and puts low pressure. I'm writing the answer in the chat box. Why? First question, I'm writing, why skies are used for for walk for walking on the soft snow? Because it covers the large area and put low pressure, so that the skiers do not sink in the snow. Sink in the Okay. Why skiers? Why skies are used for walking on the soft snow? Because it covers the large area. It covers the large area and put low pressure, so that the skiers do not sink in the snow. What happens? Just imagine if skiers, rather to use skies, if he or she wears pointed heels to walk on the snow. What happens? To wear pointed heels. Can anybody answer me? What happens? What happens when a skier wears pointed heels to walk on the snow? What happens? Quickly write down the answer. What do you know about it? Or if anybody wants to speak it up, please raise your hand so that I'll slip. No, not slip, sink डूब जाएंगे, घुस जाएंगे अंदर. Okay, sink in the snow, sink in the snow. The pointed heels, the point of the heel will sink in the snow. Yes, right, Hani, Yusera, Iman. Yes, the heels will sink in the snow. That's why the people who visit the hilly areas or the snowy areas, they tend to wear the shoes which are comfortable and they cover the large surface area so that it will be easy for them to walk on the snow and put the low pressure so that they won't sink in the snow. Okay, now next is why excavators. These are the excavators. Look at the wheels of the excavators. Look properly the wheels of the excavators. They have special wheels to move on the soft ground. Why this is so? Because it also covers. Write down the answer. Because first write down the question. Yes, why excavators have large wheels. Why excavators have large wheels? Sorry, large, L-A-R-G, large wheels because the large wheels, or we can write large wheels. Sorry. The question, large wheels. Why excavators have large wheels? Because it helps the excavator is a machine. Okay, excavator is a machine. Its large wheels helps it to its large wheels help it to cover large surface area large surface area and put low pressure on soft ground. Is this clear? Have you all understood it? Why Zain Fahim is not answering? He is not participating. Omar, Class 6G, Saas Sohail, Jawad, Javeria, Hania. Why my class is silent today? They are not participating. Sana Hafiz, Shanti, Sohema, Yusera is participating. Aiza Salman, Alina Salman is not present today. Yes. Have you all written? Is this clear? Please write down in the chat box if you have any query or if you don't understand, so that I will repeat it. Okay. Nothing to ask. Okay, beta. Means this is clear. Okay. So now to let's move to next. Yes. Here on page 249, please open your books page on page 249 and mark the important points. On page number 249, please mark the important points. Okay, done. Done, everyone. I'm changing the slide. Okay, now this is the question answer session. Yes. Okay, now start writing the definition of gravity in the chat box. Start writing the definition of gravity in the chat box. Okay. The force of attraction. Yes, good. Anyone else? Hmm. Right. Yes. Right. Okay. Define pressure. Define pressure. Now start writing the definition of pressure. You can take help from the book. Yes. Yes, force exerted on surface area, unit surface area. Yes. Pressure is the force exerted on unit area. Right, right. Next question. What is the SI unit of pressure? What is the SI unit of pressure? Newton. Good. And what about the Pascal? What is it? What is Pascal? Newton meter per square. Right. What is Pascal? PA. It is also the SI unit of, you can define it. It is also, it is the SI unit of pressure. P, capital P is small a. Pascal is the SI unit. It is the SI unit of pressure. If I ask what is Pascal, it is the SI unit of Pascal. There are two SI units. I have told you that there are two SI units of Pascal. Sorry, of pressure. Two SI units of pressure, Pascal and Newton meter. Newton meter square. Newton meter square. Okay. Why a sharp knife cuts better? Okay, leave it. I am giving you a situation in the chat box. Everyone should answer it. A feet of an, consider a feet of an elephant, elephant. A feet of an elephant, does it put high pressure, high or low pressure on the ground? This is the situation, high pressure. Okay, this is a, okay, and you should justify your answer as well. Hani beta, why are you saying low pressure? Somebody are saying high, some are saying low. Please justify your answers as well. Okay, yes. Hani, where is she? Iman, you are saying high pressure, and just a minute. Hamza, unmute yourself and let me know why you say that it, the feet of an elephant, it puts high pressure. Unmute yourself and let me know the answer. Speak up the answer. Yes, Hamza. I can't hear you. Anybody else wants to give the answer? Zen. Then unmute yourself and let me know the answer. Hello, yes, class. No, 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 not because of the high weight of elephant. Those who are saying high pressure, because the feet of elephant, it covers large surface area. Okay, 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 Zan, it's okay. Now listen carefully, listen carefully. What happens? The feet of an elephant, it covers, it covers large surface area, large. So it puts low pressure. Okay, okay, Hamza, no issue. Feet of an elephant, it covers large surface area. That's why it puts low pressure. What about the pointed heels or stiletto? Stilettos are pointed high heels of ladies' shoes. What about it? Does it? Does the stiletto? Does the pointed heel put low pressure? High pressure. Yes, good. Now you understood. Yes, then. Anything which is pointed or it covers less area, it puts high pressure. Yes. Anything which covers large surface area, it puts low pressure. Okay. Because here, um, yes, P is equals to F by A. What happens? Look at here. If area increases, if area increases, area increases, then pressure decreases. If area increases, then pressure decreases. If area decreases, then pressure increases. Got it? Got it, everyone? Yes. Please write down this along with this equation along with the arrow signs. Force will be increases when force increases, pressure increases. When force decreases, pressure decreases. But this is totally opposite in between pressure and area. If area increases, pressure decreases. If area decreases, pressure increases. Understood? Have you got it? Got it, everyone? Just 1 minute is left. Yes, if there is any question you want to ask, or if you haven't understood from the entire chapter, anything you did not understand, please let me know. What is weightlessness? Yes, what is weightlessness? What is weightlessness? Write down the what is what is weightlessness? Is it it's a situation when there is zero weight? Yes. And why there is zero weight? Yes, you Sarah, why there is zero weight? Because of the less gravity in the space as compared to Earth. Why weightlessness? Because of the zero weight. It's a situation when the weight is zero less gravity due to the less gravity in the space as compared. Yes, why a why a weightlessness occur? The situation happens when any person is in the space, its weight become negligible or zero due to the less gravity in the space. Okay, so this situation happens in the space. Okay, next is I want to ask question. Yes, Iman. No, sorry, Hamdan. Hamdan, how many poles are there in the magnetic bar? How many poles are there in the magnetic bar? Write down in the chat box. Two. Yes, good. North and south poles. Okay. And what are the frictional forces which are slowing down the cyclist? Yes. Right, Sohima. Good. What are the forces which slows down the what are the frictional forces which slow down the cyclist? Air resistance, yes. Good. Another one. I am asking forces. Air resistance is one force. Another one is yes, air resistance and rolling resistance. Good. Okay. Okay, class. Now let's conclude it. In the next week, we will review this chapter in the next class on Wednesday on 23rd December. We will have a review of this chapter. If you have any question or any query, yes, Sohima, good. Any query, you please note it down and we will discuss it in the next class. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz, everyone.